Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And a good afternoon to you on this Tuesday. Glad to have you with us. We do appreciate you making time, as always, to watch us here on BTW21 on Weatherman Dustin Staples. And of course, as you know, we have seen a lot of nice weather moving in our area, and it looks like this is going to continue for the rest of tonight anyway. Look at this coming. It's still warm, 68 right now, and it's nice with no wind to be concerned about. So just a beautiful evening. Maybe do some dinner, maybe out on the patio or go for a walk. Still mild at 57, coming in right around the 8 o'clock hour. We're still going to be very warm right around the 11 to midnight hour. Of course, our average overnight low is 45 degrees. So you can kind of consider that a little bit above the normal as we are making our way out and about on our Tuesday evening. So again, a beautiful night and cool day is in the making as you make your way towards Wednesday. We're going to see a lot of rain showers. It looks like to appear late in the afternoon. So the first half of tomorrow, we'll see clouds increasing overnight. That will be the theme as you make your way up towards the middle to late early morning hours and continuing to the afternoon. Highs tomorrow will be staying in the 60s. So once again, this rain will be moving in mostly mid to late afternoon as you're heading home from work tomorrow. So just keep that in mind if you have to be out and about. Again, your low staying in the 50s, so not moving as much. There will be a breeze from time to time as well. So just keep that in mind as you're making your way out and towards work or coming home for lunch or anything you're going to be doing tomorrow. It's just going to be a wet and soggy day throughout the remaining of our viewing area. As you make your way across some of our counties, as you see there, we're going to come in at around at 61 there in Martinsville, 60 Stewart, 54 Meadows, Aden. Make your way up to Rocky Mount, up towards 220 Boone's Mill, Wirtz, the Snow Creek, Sontag community, 62 up towards there. And of course, Burnt Chimney, same story outside of Ferrum, right there at 61. So anywhere along 58, 220, up and down the eastern part of our region there, 57, going up towards the Parkway, things are going to be looking one of those days. You are going to want to remain weather vigilant. Now, I did tell you on Monday's edition, I'm going to showcase some photos. Of course, briefly, Luis mentioned this. I had the opportunity to go out to do some mission work out towards Mayfield, Kentucky. As you know, 3 months ago, almost about this time, back at December the 10th, is when those strong EF4 tornadoes came ripping through much of Mayfield, Bowling Green, Dawson Springs County, Fulton County, Graves County, those particular areas. As you know, if you have family out towards Paducah or Mayfield, those general areas, you may have noticed that, they were hit pretty severely. And, I had the opportunity to go out and look at this flag here. I'll let you know that, this was pretty cool. A lot of structures had an American flag just barely hang on by some threads of string. As you know, 130, 40 plus mile per hour winds can kind of do that to you, just flattening the entire foundation here. And you see this building here. This is not the courthouse, but the courthouse was nearby. This was on downtown Mayfield. It was kind of structures like that. You get some of the roof toppings off and some of the foundations still barely hang on. Then you get a complete scenery, look like a war zone has just come through there. And it's just devastating event. And you see the power poles are back, but there's not much electricity still. In some parts of the area are dealing without electricity still to this day. Of course, the Federal Emergency Management Agency system, FEMA, is doing helping with those people in need. I think this is a similar photo, but an up closer before image. This is more of that structural site, which you kind of got here, that American flag's right there. So, but again, it's kind of more of an aerial shot of this. As you see there, the city in the background, just kind of at a grazed day. And then that day, Monday, this was a Monday, March the 7th, it was gloomy throughout much of that day. So it kind of felt like a structural damage day in some parts of that area. I want to post some video later to our Facebook page. You can check out. It is just heartbreaking to see things like this, and that I have never seen anything in my life to this proportion of damage structural wise. And believe it or not, the courthouse was up a little bit further from this strip here. I don't know the road we were on, but I do know that that courthouse suffered some damage. Tarps are on top of the roof. Windows had been busted out, it looked like. And the ironical thing about all of this, as soon as you're coming in this main road here into Mayfield, there was a only thing that was not touched severely was a CVS pharmacy, if you can imagine that. Everything else around that CVS pharmacy was destroyed. It did not, make it as well. But ironically, you could tell from some of the siding of that building of the CVS there on this strip. I believe it's the next street over. I don't know which the name of the road we were on, but it just stood strong there and let you know how powerful tornadoes can have their aspect of things. And just it's a sight to see. So if maybe you do have people out there in Mayfield, outside of Paducah, Kentucky, Graves County, Dawson Springs area, it's quite impressive to see. And still to this day, we had the opportunity while I was out there on this trip. We work with the distribution center out there, putting a lot of, soap, any medical supplies, food, toothbrushes, hairbrushes, whatever it was, clothes. We were able to kind of compact it into a packaging for people to go out and distribute to that as well. And just the people that were out there, just so heart-giving, and they were very thankful for what they got. And I'm sure, going out there, talking to individuals, it was, as a weather perspective, you put this in a whole different scenario of saying, wow, something like this, how often does it occur in a portion of this area? We're very thankful. We have never yet to experience anything like this. I can't say this is never going to happen, but the possibility of it's really low. So we are just in a spot in the United States and Virginia, particularly on South Side, that we're kind of thankful we don't unfortunately see this extent to the damage. But, the myth goes out there. Can mountains protect us? No, not really, as they always sometimes can roll over the mountains, and that wind and upflow draft of those tornadoes can kind of make their own spin up when you get a strong line of severe weather as well. So I'll have some more photos to you. I know this is kind of heartbreaking to look at, particularly if you have family that live out there. And I know they are still, needing volunteers to come out, do some cleanup work, and better yet, go to the particular Mayfield's fairground, as where I did some of my time there, serving that community very well with a group of the individuals from Southwest Virginia that I was able to come along with and help out too. So, all righty. Well, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and remember to get the rain gear with you on your Wednesday. We're going to see again about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch tomorrow. We'll see another 1/4 to another 1/2 inch of rain by the time this is all set out of here by the end of the week. Do stick around. We have a lot more great local programming coming up next.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.